morning, everyone. This is Jay Mann of Amada Senior Care. Welcome to another episode of Java with Jay. I'm here with Katie Hollifield of Spring Arbor Cottage. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Very glad to have you here. Katie is the program manager for Spring Arbor Cottage, and this is of Salisbury. Now, it's important to note that Spring Arbor is a regional operator in memory care and assisted living. From having worked with them for many years, we were just talking, I have been very impressed with the culture of Spring Arbor and its consistency, its level of professionalism. I've worked with folks in the Richmond area as well as Williamsburg, and I know you're beyond that too. Help me understand a little bit about Spring Arbor. I know that there are both communities that have memory care and assisted living.
Yes.
There are some, like the cottages where you work as the program director, that are memory care only.
Yes.
Can you help us understand first, why memory care only? Talk to us about dementia, the differences between different dementia and Alzheimer's, and how they work together.
Okay. So one of the things is about dementia. It's still in America. It's the sixth leading cause of death.
Okay. Wow.
It is a chronic illness. Basically, what it means is that a person who is diagnosed with some form of dementia, again, there's over 110 different types of dementias.
Okay.
But it means that this person has a dying brain.
I see.
Their brain is failing, and they are losing the ability to do things both physically and mentally. So a lot of times, specifically with Alzheimer's, they're losing their short-term memory. One of the things that we have found, the three most common forms of dementia that you're going to find in most memory care communities is probably going to be Alzheimer's. So 67% of those who are diagnosed with dementia typically have Alzheimer's. Then it's Lewy bodies dementia, which is under the Parkinson family.
Okay.
So it's not just dementia, but it's also under the Parkinson family.
For our audience, if you could, help us understand what the difference is between dementia and Alzheimer's dementia.
So dementia is the actual umbrella term for dementia, and then so that's that term. And then Alzheimer's is just a form of dementia. It's the most common form of dementia that we have.
Okay.
Then you have such as like Lewy bodies dementia, which is secondary to Alzheimer's, and because that falls under the Parkinson family, it's also their symptoms are going to be very different than it is with Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's specifically, the first thing to go is your short-term memory. Okay. So they're going to lose that first, and then they start losing. So they lose the ability to really understand language, understanding how to get their words out. They start losing how to do things physically. So they're really like what we stereotypically think with getting old. We lose like our keys and like forgetting things on a regular basis. Our residents lose them 10 times worse, and they lose the ability of really understanding what the world is around them.
I see. Now, it's important to note that with Spring Arbor, where you are at Spring Arbor Cottages, your physical building is right next door to Spring Arbor, which has both assisted living, which is non-memory care, but they have a memory care, or did they still have a memory care compartment?
They did have a memory care.
But they moved it all over to the cottages.
So they built us about 7 years ago, and we moved out of our assisted living community into next door, and we are all-inclusive care facility. Specifically, it's about 48 beds, and we are just designed for memory care.
And so what type of activities would there be, or why is a dedicated memory care environment more advantageous for someone suffering with dementia than assisted living?
I think it's because it's specifically designed and created for somebody with memory issues, with dementia, meaning the setup of the building is set up differently. It's designed in a circular motion versus square-like, because residents with dementia typically lose the ability for cognitive mapping. So they will go stand in a hallway because they're not really sure where to turn, where to go.
Wow.
As well as things are a little bit smaller. We're designed to be more home-like versus hotel-like, where it just is bigger, more space, more faces, where
intimate.
Very intimate. It's basically where our building designed is, yes, it's 48 beds, but on each wing we have an east wing and a west wing. we have like 24 residents on both sides.
I see. Now, there's such a complexity to dementia and all of its related diseases. I'm sure that, and even in my limited understanding compared to yours and your experience, your 13 years worth of experience just at Spring Arbor, there must be a great deal of training involved with that. How does that come into play? How are you involved with it? You create those programs, correct?
Yes.
All right, so help us understand.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One of the things that's very important is understanding not only how to work with our residents, but understanding the disease process. One of the things that we do here at Spring Arbor is we specifically go through a lot of dementia training.
Okay.
So all of our staff go through a 6-hour dementia training class with me,
Okay.
as well as a VDT, which is a virtual dementia tour.
I see.
And then we also continuously throughout the year talk about dementia, talk about and understanding the disease process, teaching them our philosophies of cottage care, which is creating moments of joy, best friends approach, and person-centered care.
Wow.
Those are our 3 focuses when working in our cottage.
Okay.
We have a certain mantra that is just part of who we are, where it's called Keep It Cottage. So all of our staff, all of our family members, all of our visitors know when they enter into our building, we keep it cottage.
Okay.
All of it is focused on our residents and giving the best care possible for our residents and maintaining the integrity of who they are as an individual and helping them to just flourish in our program.
Right. Well, Katie, I first off, I have so much appreciation and respect for what you do, for what your community does. It's clear that there is a passion there and a kindness and consideration toward your residents. I thank you for what you're doing. I thank you for being here today with us.
Thank you.
This is Jay Mann from 𝗏𝗏 Senior Care signing off from another Java with Jay with Katie Hollifield of Spring Arbor. Thank you all. Have a great day.